host, Ken Shreve.
Greetings, folks, from Southern California. It feels like I haven't been on the air for quite some time. I was off for the Thanksgiving holiday on Thursday, so my last show was a week ago. 1 week ago today. So great to be back with you. Welcome to another edition of Breakout Investing on TFNN. Just a reminder, my show airs every Tuesday and Thursday on the network from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern. You can call in and talk to me anytime. The number to use is 877-927-6648. One more time, 877-927-6648. If you can't listen to the show live, you can always download the podcast on iTunes, and of course another way to listen to all TFNN programming is with your smartphone. All you have to do is just type in tfnn.mobi, 8 letters, tfnn.mobi, and you can listen to the live stream that way as well. As usual, a lot going on at TFNN. First of all, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver, so we're giving away 1 silver coin each business day during November and December. Go to the homepage for more details. And if you want, also another promotion going on, if you want to complete your trading education at TFNN and find the 5-course bundle that's right for you, you can save a bunch of money. More details right on the homepage of tfnn.com. And finally, last but certainly not least, I am looking forward to doing another free webinar. That's going to be December 14th. December 14th, mark your calendar. I'm going to be doing a 1-hour webinar titled How to Maximize Profits in the Early Stages of a New Market Uptrend. After this webinar, you'll get a better idea of how I look at the market. You'll get a look into some of the strategies I use for my Ultimate Growth Stocks model portfolio. Ultimate Growth Stocks is a newsletter that I publish weekly at TFNN. I sent out my last weekly update earlier today. So I update the newsletter every Tuesday, and then I send out buy and sell alerts in between, market updates, things like that. But we'll talk a little bit more about Ultimate Growth Stocks later. But if you do want to sign up for that free webinar, it's going to be December 14th. And it's right there on the homepage of tfnn.com for more information. Again, the title of the webinar is How to Maximize Profits in the Early Stages of a New Market Uptrend. All right, turning to the market today, let's see where we're at here. We have about 50 minutes or so left to go in Tuesday's session. We have the Dow up about 60 points, call it 0.5% to 11,582. NASDAQ, it outperformed nicely yesterday. It's underperforming a little bit today, but not too bad, down 8 points, 0.3% to 2518. And the S&P 500 hanging in there, up 4 points, 0.3% to 1196. I didn't mention Tiger TV on the homepage of tfnn.com. When I go over charts on my program, you can look at those charts live right along with me. If you're listening on your PC, just tune into Channel 1 on Tiger TV, and my show is archived there Tuesdays and Thursdays on Channel 13. So taking a look at a chart of the NASDAQ, you see the NASDAQ made a nice move yesterday. You know, the irony about the NASDAQ's 3.5% gain yesterday, you know, it really hasn't changed much in terms of what's happening in the market. We're still in a technical downtrend. Believe me, everybody was happy to see the NASDAQ's big percentage gain yesterday. But the bottom line is that it is only the first day of a rally attempt for the market. I'm going to be much more interested to see how the market reacts later in the week. I think the next big market-moving headline will be the jobs report this Friday. We'll get into that a little bit later. But you know, yesterday, Monday, the 3.5% gain for the NASDAQ, only day one of a rally attempt for the market. So, bottom line, this market has a lot more work to do to prove itself. From here, basically, we're going to just look for some follow-through. We're going to look for a sign of strength. A lot of people were looking for the market to follow through again today. Really, you don't want to pay attention to the first, second, third day of a rally attempt because yesterday, whether it was a bounce from oversold conditions, you probably heard that a lot. That may have been the case. You probably also heard that it was just a big wave of short covering, and I tend to agree with that. I mean, there were a lot of people that were short this market. Remember, between, I think it was November. Well, for 7-8 days in a row, the S&P 500 lost about 8%. A lot of people short the market. So yesterday, I think there was a lot of short covering. But during the first few days of a rally attempt, you want to let the shorts kind of cover their positions, get out of the way, and then see what the market does. I mean, if we get a better than expected jobs number, and I think right now the estimate is for the economy to create 123,000 jobs. That's what the estimate is for Friday. If we get a pretty good number, or a number that the market likes, we could see some follow through in the market. And basically, what we're looking for in follow through is percentage gains similar to what we saw yesterday, but you'd also like to see some conviction behind the buying, and that's not only a big percentage gain, but you want to see conviction. You want to see a good volume behind the move. So the earliest we could see follow through in the market would be this Thursday. We could possibly see it Friday, maybe even sometime next week. But the further away you get from the first day of a rally attempt without follow through, the less chance there is that a rally is going to gain meaningful traction. So bottom line right now is the market direction right now is completely undiscernible. We could go either way here. The gains yesterday were good to see. There were a lot of movers. Of course, volume was disappointing. Volume was very light Friday, of course, during the half trading day. But even on the New York Stock Exchange on Monday, volume was just a little bit below average at 955 million. Volume on the NASDAQ on Monday was also below average at 1.6 billion. So not much volume behind Monday's rally, but we'll see how things play out later in the week. So that's a look at the NASDAQ composite. We could also just take a look at the S&P 500. I mentioned was up 2.9% yesterday. Nice big percentage gain, finished up near its session high. Seeing a little bit of follow through in the S&P 500 today. It's now up about 0.6% to 1191. So that's good to see. But again, the true follow through, we're going to want to see that starting on Thursday, Friday, or maybe sometime next week. And if we can get some follow through, it would at least be a signal to start. If you've been sitting in cash or you've been taking profits, to start moving into the market, seeing what's out there, what stocks are flexing their muscle, what stocks are looking strong that might warrant a small starter position. I mentioned my Ultimate Growth Stocks model portfolio. I only have 3 stocks in there right now. I often refer to myself as a top-down investor as opposed to a bottom-up investor. So being top-down, I pay a lot of attention to what price and volume in the major averages are doing. I really try to focus my buys during market uptrends. And since the market is still in a downtrend now, I'm not actively buying stocks. In fact, I've been, in recent weeks, taking money off the table, lessening my exposure to the market. When I start to see signs that new money is coming in from the sidelines, and I see the technical picture of the growth stocks that I follow, when I start to see their charts improve, then that will be a signal to slowly but surely start moving back in. But that's another thing that I haven't mentioned is the fact that, listen, I run screens on a daily basis. I do videos for the street. I do videos for TFNN. I'm really always looking for interesting stocks to talk about that I think have the ability to outperform. But my screens just are not giving me anything. Even yesterday, when the market's up big, what I saw was a lot of technically damaged stocks in my screens that were rallying for one day. So for charts to improve, for technical pictures to improve of stocks that I follow, you're going to need a lot more than one day of strength, for the charts to improve. So I'd like to see my screens start to come to life. That process could take a little more time. I mean, the market just went through some pretty serious selling. Again, in I think it was a 7-day period, the S&P 500 was down close to 8%. And when you get selling like that, it can sometimes take a little while to recover from. So right now, volume in the market, I mentioned the relatively light volume on the exchanges yesterday. Right now, looks like NASDAQ volume tracking slightly higher than Monday's levels, call it about 5% or so, and volume on the New York Stock Exchange is tracking about 10% higher than Monday's level. So we'll see how it ends today. But day two of a rally attempt. We'll see what the market looks like later in the week, especially when we see those jobs numbers on Friday. Did you hear Bill Gross from PIMCO today? Said, basically, paraphrasing here, most investors for the next several years will be lucky to get 5% return in their portfolios thanks to growth-constricting debt problems in the U.S. and Europe. So he thinks that 5% is pretty good. I'm certainly going to be shooting for much better than that. And I think, when you use a top-down approach to the market and, you're buying stocks during market uptrends, taking profits and raising cash during downtrends, that is really the time to where profits can be maximized. And again, that's going to be a focal point of my webinar on December 14th. So economic data today, nice reading in consumer confidence from the Conference Board. The Conference Board said its index of consumer sentiment jumped to 56 from 40.9 in October. So a very, very big jump there, much better than estimates for 44. So perhaps it was the strong month for the market in October, where consumers were feeling better, but it was a much better than expected reading. So 56, very, very nice reading from the Conference Board earlier today. Home prices, we had the S&P Case-Shiller Index of 20 metropolitan areas for the month of September. Prices fell 0.6% from August. For the entire third quarter, home prices are down about 3.9% from a year ago. So really not seeing good news on the pricing front in terms of the housing market. Certainly have been starved for good news in a housing market that continues to struggle. Mentioned the jobs report coming up this Friday. Tomorrow we've got the Chicago PMI, we've got the Fed Beige Book, we've got the ADP employment change, weekly jobless claims on Thursday, key reading from the ISM Manufacturing Index on Thursday. So it's a pretty busy week of economic data. Hopefully the news will be more good than bad. Taking a look at crude oil today, up 1.6% to $99.79 a barrel. We look at crude oil. I'll take a look at USO, which is an ETF that basically tracks the price of oil. It is up 1.8% today to 38.54. Technically looking pretty healthy here. Good support at the 20-day moving average. The USO, the United States Oil Fund, a popular ETF, pretty strong chart here. So, all right, folks, we're going to go to our first break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at some movers today, as we usually do, some movers, decliners, all that good stuff. We'll be right back.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Direction Shares Leverage ETFs fuse the benefits of exchange-traded funds with the innovation you expect from Direction, providing investors with opportunities to magnify their short-term perspective, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. Direction Shares, ETFs to the power of X. To learn more about Direction Shares, click on the Direction banner on the front page of TFNN.com or call 866-476-7523. There is no guarantee that the funds will achieve their objective. The ETFs are not suitable for all investors and should be utilized only by sophisticated investors who understand short-term trading, leverage risk, consequences of seeking daily leverage investment results, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. An investor should consider the investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses of Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information and can be obtained at directionshares.com. Please read the prospectus carefully before investing. Distributed by Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we went to break, we were talking about the USO, the United States Oil Fund, a popular ETF that basically seeks performance corresponding to the spot price of West Texas Intermediate light sweet crude oil. Technical picture pretty strong here. Noticed a lot of exploration and production firms doing well today, and inside the oil and gas sector, the E&P firms are there are some out there that are just showing explosive growth in recent quarters on the top line and bottom line. So just wanted to go through a few names that are outperforming nicely today. First, we could take a look at Rosetta Resources. That's ticker ROSE. Rosetta Resources. Actually in a pretty nice technical setup here. It's been in a big long base since let's see, when did that base start here? Rosetta Resources base started back in July, right around the time a lot of other bases started, but had a little low volume shakeout right in this area here, and the swing point is right at 52. So stock's working on 2 straight price gains. It's up another 2.5% today to 50.34. The technical structure here tells me that a breakout over that swing point of 52 is not out of the question. So Rosetta Resources, one of these E&P firms, acting well today. We can also take a look at Pioneer Natural Resources. It's also having a good day amid higher oil prices. Shares are up 2% today to 89.66. It's also in a long base that started in July. Pioneer Natural Resources outperforming today, and this is another stock here where you have a swing point just under $97 a share. So good base forming here. Question is, these gains today are coming in mostly light volumes. So one of the key things I look at when evaluating a stock is really trying to be in there buying when the institutions are buying, and buying a stock during low volume rallies sometimes doesn't work out very well. So Rosetta Resources, Pioneer Natural Resources, all outperforming today, but volume is pretty light. And then the last one that I noticed today, Range Resources, outstanding growth prospects at this exploration and production company as well. It's a little volatile. This stock, despite pretty big market cap, it tends to it sometimes trades tightly and sometimes has erratic price swings, but which is kind of weird because it does trade about 3.3 million shares a day. It has a market cap of just over 11 billion, so it's a very liquid, high quality stock. But Range Resources also outperforming today, up 2.7% to 68.66. Now, with Range Resources, for this year, they're expected to earn $1.05 a share. That's up 52% from 69 cents earned in 2010. Going out to 2012, the consensus estimate is for annual profit of $1.46 a share, which would be up 39% from 2011. So growth prospects pretty good at this company. And like I said, the E&P space in general is filled with a lot of interesting E&P firms that are growing nicely. Taking a look at gold. Gold was up $2.60 today to $1,713.40 an ounce. Take a look at the Spider Gold Trust, the ETF that tracks the price of gold by 1/10. The GLD is up 0.4% today to 167.25. I would call this ETF a bit technically challenged here. Its technical picture, frankly, does not look all that strong to me, which means that I think the case for lower prices with GLD outweighs is a better case than higher prices from here. But we'll see what happens. Yesterday's shares of Randgold Resources, at one point, one of the really strong performers among the gold producers out there. Stock really took a hit yesterday, but it is bouncing back today, up close to 7% to 104.27. The concern yesterday was that they're having some production issues at one of its African mines, specifically the Tongan mine. But apparently, investors don't feel so bad about that anymore today, because the stock is outperforming nicely. Randgold Resources up 7% to 104.27. This is another, similar to the GLD, technically challenged right now. When we come back, we'll take a look at Tiffany. Big story here. The company had good bottom line and top line growth, but stock's getting hit pretty hard today, down close to 9% to 67.15 after it reported earnings. But we'll get into Tiffany when we come back. You're listening to Breakout Investing on TFNN. We'll be right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing Breakout's gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks. Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to tfnn.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin Burnstone Mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone Mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister Mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York Stock Exchanges under the symbol GBG.
This segment is brought to you by Direction Shares. To learn more about tactical tools for the sophisticated active investor, hit the Direction Shares banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, everyone. About 25 minutes left to go in Tuesday's session, and we're strengthening into the close here. Good to see on day 2 of a rally attempt for the market. The Dow is now up 85 points, 0.7%. Nasdaq trying to get back to break even. It's only down about 2 points now to 25.25, and the S&P 500 up 7.5 points, 0.6% to 1,200 even. So. Good price action as we head into the close here. Mentioned volume on the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ today. At this point, tracking very close to Wednesday's levels, which were average to below average, but volume tracking a little bit higher, close to Monday's level, maybe slightly higher. But again, since we're in the early stages of a rally attempt, day 2 specifically, volume really doesn't matter. When we see if we see follow-through starting Thursday, Friday, sometime next week in the form of a big percentage gain, preferably similar to what we saw yesterday. Volume does matter on the follow-through day. You want to see it. It doesn't need to be above average. It just does need to be higher than the prior session. So I'm really not going to be paying much attention to volume today or tomorrow, but on the 4th day of a rally attempt, which would be this Thursday, we'd want to see, if we do see a big percentage gain, either Thursday, Friday next week, you want to see volume come in higher than the prior session. All right, so market strengthening as we head into the close. That's good. Earnings from Tiffany, not so good. They reported earnings before the open today. Bottom line growth, earnings up 52% from a year ago to 70 cents a share. I think that was 9 or 10 cents above estimates. Revenue up 21% to nearly $822 million. I think the estimate there was for revenue of $800 million. So good bottom line and top line beat, but boy, the stock is getting crushed today. Shares down 8.8% at last check to 67.15. It is trading up near its session high, but cold comfort for longs, I'm sure. Tiffany's technical picture, I actually put a piece up over at realmoney.com yesterday talking about, just wary of the high-end retailers here. Tiffany really was starting to weaken technically ahead of the numbers, and really the concern here is about not only margin pressure, but slowing revenue growth, particularly in Europe. The company did mention Europe as a potential problem. Sales in other parts of the world pretty strong still in Asia, but Europe is the main concern right now. So shares of Tiffany under quite a bit of pressure today. Other retailers that have exposure in Europe under pressure as well. Take a look at shares of Coach. Shares of Coach down 2.7% today to $60.48. And also I was looking at Ralph Lauren, ticker RL, on the New York Stock Exchange. It was taking a hit today as well, down 3.1% to 140.85. Of course, it does quite a bit of business in Europe as well. Some stocks acting pretty well out there. Let's take a look at Salix Pharmaceuticals, kind of a little-known company here, ticker SLXP. On the NASDAQ, stock is up huge. Last I checked, it wasn't up this much. Now it's up 12% to 41.08. I was looking for news, didn't see any, but on November 17th, shares jumped 6% after an FDA advisory panel supported a clinical trial designed to test a possible new use for its key drug, Zunfaxan, which is spelled Xifaxan. Kind of hard to pronounce, but that's its key drug, Zunfaxan. Salix Pharmaceuticals makes drugs that treat gastrointestinal diseases. Shares up big today, up 12% to 41.08. And what I like about Salix Pharmaceuticals is this is a highly profitable drug maker. Good bottom line and top line growth in recent quarters, so there is a fundamental story behind the price performance. We'll be right back, folks.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we went to break, we were talking about really nice price performance today in shares of Salix Pharmaceuticals, ticker SLXP on the NASDAQ. Stock was recently up 12% to 41.08, up near its session high. And the company, like I said, makes its key drug is called Zunfaxin, which is one of its gastrointestinal drugs. But what I like about Salix is the bottom line earnings and sales growth in recent quarters. A lot of time when you're looking at biotechs or drug makers, there's there's a good pipeline, but there's no profitability, no sales. But in the third quarter, revenue at Salix rose 81% from a year ago to $146 million, compared to $80.6 million in the year ago quarter. Earnings up 450% to 77 cents a share. So that's on the heels of 42% top line growth in the second quarter, 125% earnings growth. So like the bottom line and top line growth in recent quarters at Salix, and stock is having a good day today. Good dividend-paying stock. I've mentioned it off and on the show recently. Shares of Philip Morris yields about 4%. One of the few technical breakouts that has been working. I don't know if you caught the video I did on Philip Morris a week or two ago on the homepage of TFNN.com, but shares of Philip Morris outperforming nicely again, up 2.2% to $74.69. Mentioned a good solid dividend yield here of 4% or so, and Philip Morris recently broke out over 72.49. That would be the swing point right in this area here. So very good technical action in Philip Morris. And most people wouldn't associate Philip Morris with accelerating revenue growth in recent quarters, but that's exactly what you have, at least over the past 3 or 4 quarters. Earnings growth, the rate of earnings growth has picked up from 5% to 6% to 16% to 22%. So anytime you see accelerating sales growth, that's always a good thing. Philip Morris continues to act very well in this market. Again, shares up 2.2% today to $74.69. Take a look at Fusion IO. I made a quick trade on Fusion IO, and one thing I've realized running my newsletter in recent months that this is a trader's market right now. So in some cases, I'm holding stocks a lot for lesser periods of time than I'm normally accustomed to, but I made a quick trade on Fusion IO not that long ago. Took a few points of profit. Stock was really hit hard last week, but it has been in recovery mode now for 3 straight sessions. Stock is up about 7.6% today to $33.56. I may revisit this stock at some point. It has a lot of qualities I like to see. Basically, the company develops a storage memory platform that's used for data decentralization. It's a big money saver for enterprise clients in terms of hardware cost and things like that. The company, in its latest earnings report, revenues were up 175% from a year ago to $74.4 million. Just recently turned profitable. But in fiscal 2012, earnings are expected to be up 160%. Fiscal 2013, 46% annual earnings growth. So like Fusion IO, I don't think the stock is buyable right here, but I had a successful trade with it not too long ago, and very good growth prospects here. Again, I'm just going to wait for another potential buy signal, and we'll decide what to do. Let's also take a look at Humana, managed care provider, ticker HUM. This is another stock not growing nearly as quickly as a company like Fusion IO, but Humana does show a consistent track record of growth. Stock outperforming today, up 1.8% to 85.68. In a pretty good technical setup here, the stock is basically trading right at its 20-day moving average, but flirting with a potential move here over 89.22. So it's only a few points away from that swing point. So we'll see what the future holds for Humana. News today, as the managed care firm said, it was going to acquire Senior Bridge. That's a New York-based chronic care provider, mostly known for providing in-home care for seniors. So a good day for Humana today. And also wanted to take a look at this, really the leading railroad stock here, Kansas City Southern. It is extended in price. I mean, basically the stock recently broke out over $62, $63 a share. Here were the recent highs back in this area, but a good solid breakout. I think the stock is a little bit extended here, but its relative price strength, continues to impress. So Kansas City Southern up 1% today to 66.79. Take a look at Norfolk Southern, NSC. Norfolk Southern. This is another railroad stock that look at the daily chart here. Shares are basically flat on the day at 73.04, but let's take a look at the weekly chart here. Norfolk Southern, and what you have here is actually a nice little base forming. In my webinar on December 14th, I'm going to talk about certain technical structures I look for in the early stages of a new market uptrend. Stocks, technical structures that tell me a stock has a chance of outperforming and doing well in the early stages of an uptrend, and Norfolk Southern is in a good base here. There's a swing point of 76.20. The prior 2 weeks it's been drifting lower, came down to support. So stock isn't buyable yet, but it is an example of a good base taking shape in this market. All right, other news today, you heard about Facebook. Looks like they're going to be preparing for an IPO in the first half of 2012. That's according to a report in the Wall Street Journal. Facebook is the world's largest online social network. Could get a valuation of around $100 billion. Facebook now has more than 800 million users. Incredible. So what's interesting about Facebook's IPO is it wasn't that long ago when the IPO market really looked like it was gaining steam, and you had shares of LinkedIn, Groupon, Pandora all coming public, and there was initial enthusiasm about these IPOs. But boy, oh boy, I mean, just about every single IPO has really fallen on hard times, and you see shares of LinkedIn here today down 1.6% to 59.01. I mean, this stock is in a world of hurt right now. Shares of Groupon, after initial euphoria, shares of Groupon just slaughtered in recent days. Stock is rallying today a little bit, up 5% to $16 a share, but it's really been hit hard in recent days as well. All right, folks, we'll be right back. You're listening to Breakout Investing on TFNN.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to tfnn.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. Catch Tom O'Brien, founder and CEO of TFNN, professional trader and educator. Also, a regular guest on CNBC, analyzing the commodity markets. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, that's right. The Tom O'Brien Show coming up next on TFNN, and his show airs Monday through Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern every day. So be sure to stick around and listen to Tom. He's always got an excellent program. You know, there are a number of stocks out there, no doubt, that are showing relative price strength, but that does not mean that they are buyable at the moment. So we had this, big day for the market yesterday. Looks like another decent performance taking shape today. Let's take a look and see where we're at here. It's a little bit of selling into the close here, unfortunately. The Dow now up about 44 points, 0.4% to 11,566. Selling in the NASDAQ only about 15 minutes ago. It was close to break even. Now it's down 11 points to 2516, and the S&P 500 up about 3.5 points to 1195. So a little bit of selling into the close here. Only day 2 of a rally attempt. I'm really going to be interested in how the market responds to the employment report this Friday. I think there's a chance we could see a number better than the 125,000 that is expected, and who knows, it could bring buyers back into this market. But the fact of the matter is that even though there's a lot of technical damage in the market now and a lot of damaged stock charts out there that are going to take more time to repair, there are stocks out there showing relative price strength, but like I said, they're not buyable right now. Some have come down to their 50-day moving average. Here's a look at Domino's Pizza. Stock is outperforming today, up 1.9% to 31.79. You can see it recently came down to its 50-day moving average, found support. Just really not a lot of sellers around this stock. So the company has been executing in recent quarters. Just a very, very well-run company. Let's go ahead and take a look at a weekly chart of Domino's. I think I saved it here. There it is, Domino's. And, you know, the main issue I have with Domino's is even though the daily chart looks good and it looks like it's finding support at its 50-day moving average, this is a stock that has made a monster move. And this is a big issue that I'm seeing in the market right now. When I see stocks that look good, I kind of pull back and look at its weekly chart, and I see that it's a stock that's up several 100%. And you have to wonder, in a case like Domino's, and Chipotle is another example, some of these stocks that have made major price moves since 2009, 2010, has the big money already been made? So Domino's Pizza, not a bad-looking daily chart at all, but this was a $9 stock back when it when it broke out in January 2010. So it was a $9 stock then, and now it's a $31 stock. So it's up, it's up better than 200%. And that's the issue. You don't want to buy stocks where the big money has already been made, and that's certainly a tricky thing right now in the market. Let's go ahead and take a look at ticker symbol FTI. This is FMC Technologies. They provide equipment to the oil and gas industry. Another interesting technical setup here. Good-looking daily chart. Stock does appear to be close to taking out a swing point of 50.20 right here. Shares are up close to 2% today to 49.50. Could see a breakout here as well. So FMC Technologies is high-quality company, good fundamentals, good technicals, but by and large, the number of good charts that I'm seeing in this market are few and far between. So I'm right now happy to kind of just be patient, wait for the setups to come to me. Again, my growth screens, if they're telling me not to buy, I'm not going to buy. When they start telling me to buy, I'm going to start to buy. Don't forget about the webcast, my free webinar, I should say, December 14th, how to maximize profits in the early stages of a market uptrend. Sign up right on the homepage of TFNN.com. It's a free webinar, December 14th at TFNN. Thanks very much for listening, folks. We'll talk to you on Thursday.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration